everyone, and welcome to the RDG Sports Channel with your boy RDG. We are in the building. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification button. I need you guys. I'm nothing without you. Thank you to the people who recently subscribed to my channel. Like I said, I'm nothing without you. We're on the rise. We're still on the rise to 10,000 subscribers. I need you guys to hit that notification button. I need you guys. Once again. All right. Now that I had time to sit back, think it over, analyze, picture back in my head, and watch a little bit of footage of the game and stuff like that, I saw some things that was actually positive, but, they could be fixed. A lot of things can be fixed, except St. Juice and Emanuel Forbes. But I'm not going to start it off with them. I'll get to them. But what I want to say is, to everyone, all the fans out there, we have ourselves a quarterback. And you should be proud of Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels yesterday showed grit, showed toughness. All the things that he displayed in college, he translated that into the NFL. He's the same exact player that still needs some growth, but he's on the right trajectory right now. He is on the right path. And us as fans should be excited about that. This guy was 17 out of 24 for 185 yards, 16 carries for 88 yards, 2 scoring touchdowns. That's outstanding for a rookie debut. We got caught up in the loss. We didn't even see the bright spot. Yeah, I wish he would have had more passing yards. Yeah, he missed on Terry McLaurin. But at the same time, he still was a bright spot. He wasn't the reason why we lost that game. Our inability to get off the field on third down on defense was a big contributing factor. And our discipline on offense, penalty shooting ourselves in the foot when we had the momentum. I don't think we're a good enough team to overcome because we don't have the outside weapons other than Terry McLaurin. And the defenses are not going to allow Terry McLaurin to get off because they know we don't have anything else on the other side. All we have is a running game, a couple of running backs that can catch out the backfield, and a wide receiver who right now everybody has the book out on them. They know how to play him. They know Terry McLaurin's strengths and they know his weaknesses. And they play more to his strengths than his weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? His strength is contested balls. Terry McLaurin, he can get open, but he seems more to get open on the intermediate post plays and the deep ball. That's his he can nail it. He can hang his hat up on those two routes. That intermediate post. What I mean by intermediate post, that post to go anywhere from 10 yards to 20 yards. He's an expert at that. And teams and cornerbacks understand that's his go-to route. That's his bread and butter route. And then that go route, that's also his bread and butter route. I mean, he's good at the slants, but he's more potent when he's doing that post play. All his big plays came from the post. A small percentage of it came from the slants. But teams are on to that. He killed the Philadelphia Eagles with that slant, and I think he killed the Giants with that slant. But his bread and butter is that post and that seam route. You can call it the go route, seam route, whatever you want to call it, streak, whatever you want to call it. That's his route that he excels at because of his ball skills. So teams are keyed on to that. Cornerbacks are keyed on to that. Another one I want to touch. The offensive line was not the problem. And Brandon Coleman, I know I stated in the last video that he didn't play. I corrected myself. He did play. He was limited. He didn't play that much. He was on a snap count. But he obviously did well because Jayden Daniels only got sacked, I want to say 1 or 2 times. He avoided like maybe 3 or 4 potential sacks, but they call it quarterback pressures. But he did a great job of making the offensive line look good yesterday. I thought the offensive line played solid. They wasn't the best, but they wasn't bad like last year bad, playing against a top-flight blitzing team in Tampa Bay who was, I underestimated Tampa Bay, and I want to be honest and be true to myself. I underestimated Tampa Bay. I didn't think that they was a good team. I thought they snuck into the playoffs, but they did make some damage once they got into the playoffs. So that shame on me. Shame on me for underestimating Tampa Bay because I didn't respect Baker Mayfield. But we made Baker Mayfield look like Johnny Unitas out there, man. I mean, this guy was manipulating the defense, escaping through sacks and everything else. Another thing, when we get our hands on quarterbacks, we got to bring them down. It's no longer that slippery slope, Montez Sweat type of ordeal. You know, these guys looking like Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen was out there looking like the second coming of Montez Sweat. They get there, but they don't bring them home. Montez Sweat left so many sacks out there on the field. You know, it was ridiculous. Matter of fact, he wouldn't have got traded had he made half of the sacks that he let go, that the quarterback slipped out of his reach. But anyway, I think Jamin Davis played good, played well for the amount of time that he was in there. You know, he made a couple of huge tackles for losses. You know, it didn't go unnoticed. I saw that, and I wanted to touch on it yesterday. But you know, when you feel the emotion and you're just trying to, you know, get everything out that's in here, and then I had a chance to write things down and, you know, look at things and all that. I'm like, okay, got a level head right now. I can think clearly, you know what I'm saying? So Jamin Davis had a good game. Just wanted to touch on that, you know what I mean? Jamin Davis, I think he's going to do more damage as the season goes along. I want to also talk about Steele. You know, we got to understand he's a rookie. Mike Steele is a rookie. No, he didn't have the best of game yesterday, you know, but he's going up against an elite wide receiver. You know, Godwin is not no slouch. You know, and Steele is going to learn from this. He's going to learn from this. You know, going up against a savvy veteran like that. You know, see, those guys really ain't see anything in preseason. Now they're getting a taste. This is a learning curve, everybody. And I still think somehow, some way we're going to, you know, still win between 7 and 10 games. That's what I believe. I think Giants, when we face Giants next week, it's going to be a tough game. But, you know, we got to win tough games. In order to be a good team moving forward, you got to start beating teams that clearly is not good. Not saying that we're a playoff team or anything right now, you know what I'm saying, but we're at home, so we had the advantage over them. Even though the Giants play us tough, you know, at home, we still had the advantage because we're a home team. We should win that game. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to get too far off track. The Giants, that's going to be a later topic for later on in the week. But back to Steele, you know, he had some good moments out there, but he had some rookie mistakes out there and some rookie moments out there, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to come down hard on him. Like I said, that position right there is one of the hardest positions to play. So he was out there competing, and it wasn't like he was just getting crossed up out there. You know, the guy, you know, he was just he played. He went up against Godwin. He'll learn from that. Godwin got better technique. Sam still got to learn. You know what I'm saying? And he's learning on the job. You know, but I can't say that much for his counterparts. Emanuel Forbes, he got schooled and fooled last year. You would think that he would be better from that. Although he didn't get slaughtered this game, but he made some couple of bonehead mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Things that hurted him last year. You got to clean that up, man. You got to clean that up. You got to, you know, get your eyes on the ball. You supposed to be this guy with great ball skills. You got to know where the ball at. You know, you got to know where the ball is at. You know, you got to know when your man at. Take better angles of pursuit. You know what I'm saying? When the ball is in the air, you out of place. You out of position because you're not keeping your eyes on the ball. You know, that's why your man was able to run past you, because I don't know what you was thinking. You was flat-footed, for one. You don't ever be flat-footed as a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? So when the ball was in the air, you realized that the ball was coming your way, and the guy was already in full speed. What you do, you grabbed his face mask, and you grabbed him. And that's 2 infractions right there. So you got to clean that up, man. Look at the tape. That's what I want. Emanuel Forbes, I don't know if he's looking at the tape. I don't know what he's doing in the film session. I don't know if he's looking up at the ceiling thinking about what he's going to do this weekend. I don't know. But he's clearly not looking at himself on tape. He's clearly not. Because if he was, he would be like, you know what? I got to be more focused and aware out there. I got to put myself in better position. And when he does that, I think he'll be all right. Now, St. Juice, on the other hand, this guy was on Evans. He played good. He played solid defense on Evans. But the problem is, for the life of me, this guy got tunnel vision. He never turns his neck. Imagine if this guy turns his neck. This guy probably would have been at least third or fourth in the NFL last year in interceptions. This game, he could have had 2. All he had to do was turn around. The Mike Evans, the first touchdown he scored on St. Juice, all St. Juice had to do was turn around. If he'd have turned around, he could have either made a play on the ball or jumped up and dove and got an interception. At least try to make a play on getting an interception. And then the other one, when he dove and the ball slipped right in between his hands. Those type of plays, we got to make them pay. You got to take the confidence out of a quarterback. You got to make plays like that to deflate the offense. Make them second guess about throwing that ball right there. Maybe the next time he try to throw it, the ball sails high or the ball sails low. By him throwing an interception, that's going to be in his head. He don't want to make no more mistakes to cause his team. You know what I'm saying? The game or whatever. So you got to capitalize on those turnovers. Turnovers change the game. Trust me. I watched New England play Cincinnati. That's how New England was able to beat Cincinnati. Turnovers. Always remember, when you can turn the ball over, man, you take the confidence out of a team. We have to do a better job at neutralizing the other team's best players. For some reason, even when Ron Rivera was here, we allowed, for the last 15 years, I remember Deshaun Jackson used to rip us apart, man. I mean, these guys are going to get the ball, right? What you don't want them to do is beat you over the top. That's what you don't want. If you know a guy is special in the area, like the red zone, Mike Evans, prime example. Everyone knows Mike Evans is a supreme guy in the red zone. If I was a defensive coordinator, I'm like, yeah, you did that to all the rest of them teams, but I'm the smartest guy in the room. I'm going to double team you. I'm going to put a safety over top of you, and I'm going to put a cornerback right there on you. You're not going to, I'm gonna have a bracket defense specifically for you. If they're going to score a touchdown, cool. But guess who it's not going to be? It's not going to be Mike Evans. That's who it's not going to be. That's point plain and simple. Godwin, on the other hand, you got to neutralize these guys. You're not going to stop them. I'm not saying that, but you have to neutralize them. You don't want a guy like Mike Evans ripping off 2 touchdown scores against you. Okay, you gave up 1, but 2? Then you got a guy like Godwin. You don't want this guy, getting them those posts, those skinny post patterns. He excelled at those inside the slot. Because outside, when you jam him, he's not that effective. But when he's in that slot, moving him around, motioning him around, it's hard to jam him. He gets off like that. He got top end speed. You got to be aware that you got to have a linebacker shadow on him when he's coming on that slot, and a cornerback, nickel cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Take that stuff away. Take the first read away. And then you just got to stay up on him. Stay in front of him. Don't let him get behind you as a cornerback. Stay in front of him. That's what the linebacker for. You got that linebacker taking that inside leverage away. You know what I'm saying? That gives the cornerback a chance to stay on top of him. You got to take these guys away, man. You can't let those special guys beat you. They're going to get theirs, but you can't let them feed them and their belly getting full. They're going to get a little bologna and cheese sandwich and some chips and a little jug of juice. That's all they need. They don't need a T-bone steak, mashed potatoes with broccoli and A1 sauce and a large Coke beverage. They don't need all that. Or a glass of wine, of the finest wine. They don't need that. Nah, we don't want them to get fat off of us. We want to keep these guys nice and fit. That's the way we want to keep them. But anyway, I just wanted to point out my analysis of the game, my recap now that I had a chance to think of it. I gave a recap yesterday, but this is a real recap. The other one was filled with, just the spur of the moment. Haven't had a chance to look at anything and nothing like that. But, hopefully, man, during the season we'll get better and we learn from this game like this. A blowout is a game that you always can learn from and get better at. Hopefully, when we face the Giants this coming Sunday, will be 1-1 to start the season. With that being said, this your boy Arbor DG signing off. Peace.